Hello, buddy. We're going to be taking on the Hushed Saint in this video. I'm going to have to die once anyway, but as I'm dying, we'll go through some boss mechanics. And then we'll go ahead and do it for real. In case you don't know, there's an NPC that we can save in the swamps, and it is a part of her questline to be summoned. So we're obviously going to be starting that here for the sake of the series. Don't give me that, I'm not doing no summon stuff. I don't care. It's a questline. We're doing it. In addition, if you are struggling here, something else to note is, and I have it up on the channel already, you can get your weapons all the way up to +9 right now. So if you feel like you need to be doing more damage, it's also something you can do. Obviously, improving your shield is going to make your blocking better. Although I don't recommend blocking against this boss, really. So I suppose we might as well already switch to two-handed as it is. Let's go on in. We're going to have a bit of just a play around. I'm really not intending to win this battle at this point. But I do just want to kind of show a couple of stuff. Now, I was obviously going to start out with his roll, with his charge, should I say. You want to roll just to the side of him, and almost like as if you're trying to roll through the horse. And then in general, when you do that, he's going to miss. Now, you see, obviously, I'm not very good at like rewind theater and slowing stuff down. When he came out just there, you'll see that his horse had a little bit of a skip to it. And that's how you know when he's going to do his jump so that you can actually start going towards him. Because if you roll towards him, you'll go underneath him, and that'll allow you to get some better damage in there, okay? We're just going to get some hits on here. I'm probably not going to see the second phase because I'm kind of going a bit slow while I'm just talking about stuff that's happening. And I'm obviously using an Inferno build just because... And I'm doing melee because I'm crazy. Now this is probably the most annoying part, is when he goes back into his horse mode, because he's going to spend a lot of time in this mode and he's undamageable whilst he's damaging you and the NPC summon. Now you saw just there, he has that like weird, I'm going to send out a wave of doom, so he did a skip there, so he's going to come towards me now. Oh no, he didn't. I was wrong. I thought it was the skip. I guess I was slightly mistaken. Yeah, he did the skip. I'm sure I did it. Yeah, there we go. There it was. Sam, maybe I just saw it wrong. Yeah, so he does the skip. It generally means he's going to come towards you, get some damage on the go. And that after effect you see on his spear is why I don't recommend blocking against this guy. So we're going to be bringing in Kukujin. If you are actually struggling and you don't care about the Kukujin questline, I recommend Pieta. She's absolutely amazing. We're going to go ahead. We're going to see what you are capable of. Have a real fight with my actual abilities. So something that's pretty good in the second phase is to use your soul flay on the enemy, which is something that we're going to do. Yeah, do your thing. Let's go towards you. Roll forward. He always does that at the beginning of the boss fight, as you can see. I don't know why I'm going in melee. I have no idea how good Kukujin is, so if she carries this fight, it's not my fault. I want to see what happens if I start sucking these up. Okay, went to phase 2. Let's pop one of these. So it's pretty mean in phase 2, I would say. I suppose the toughest thing is a caster. You actually kind of want to be close to him because a lot of his attacks are very mean. What is he doing? I do not know what's happening there. Okay, so obviously I had to go for a reset. So in the second phase, I'm doing this as post-commentary, so it's a little bit weird for me. I'm just basically going to talk about the things that helped me in this fight. So we're just going to be replicating what we said in the first phase. So realistically, you want to be trying to roll past a lot of his attacks. In particular, if you can stay close and roll behind him, that's going to be a huge advantage for you. I find that staying close to this boss is much easier when I did this with my melee class. As with any of the bosses that kind of are on you all of the time, it just felt a bit easier with the melee class. Something that helps a lot is if you soul flay this guy, and if you're using Inferno, like we should be, and then you go ahead and use the flamethrower on him, you can get a lot of damage in very, very quickly. So actually a pretty good strategy because you can do it twice, and there's all of the parasites around the boss room you can use to recharge it. So you could do this 3 or 4 times and almost completely cheese the boss if you wanted to. Chose not to because I wanted to kind of get some combat in, even if the character was a bit weak for that. And yeah, so one of the main bad attacks is the charge that he does when he puts the spear behind him. And the best way to avoid it is to get right next to him and behind him. Is hit the dodge frame, the dodge window on that is pretty tough to avoid. So if you're like quite far away, like if you've wandered off from the boss, 9 times out of 10 it's probably going to hit you, unless you get a really good dodge timing off, because like there is enough of a wind up there that it can throw it off if you are like a little bit out of the way. So just be careful of that move in particular. And he likes to dive at you from underground, which is a bit crazy. But that one I find is pretty easy to avoid. As long as you can see where it's coming from and you hear it, you can generally roll towards him, end up behind him, get a couple of free hits in. So pretty handy for that one as well. I apologise that I wasn't really concentrating on the fight all that much in this video. I just noticed as I was putting the words on. Obviously I was trying to see what happens if we just keep on targeting the parasites in there. It really doesn't seem to have very much effect. So when you get to the second phase, highly recommend just absolutely cross with spells and whatever other attacks you've got, and you'll have a pretty good time with it. Hope that helps you out, and I'll catch you all in the next video.